Om Shanti. Today Baba says to us, sweet children, sins are performed when you become body conscious. Therefore, promise you will break away from everyone else and forge all relationships with one. Now, break away from everyone else and forge all relationships with one. How do we understand this? So, do we leave our homes and jobs and everything and then come and sit in Madhuban or what? Yes, so you see that we must understand that everything that's happening is happening here. All our relationships are here. They're not there. Yes, and when Baba says you break away from everyone else, and it doesn't only include other souls or people, but body, work, everything. So you disconnect your emotions from the external world. So what Baba means is you become dispassionate about everything that's going on outside. So you do your work, you are with people, you are living in the body, but then how they are behaving or whatever karmic journey they are going through, it doesn't impact you internally, because the basis of your happiness, your peace, or your inner feelings is your relationship with Baba. Now, every soul is made up of 7 qualities: knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. And in relationships, we seek these things. Yes, so why do we form relationships? So we are basically seeking these 7 things in relationships. And there have been many surveys in the world which have tried to figure out what is everyone seeking. So, people have tried to conduct researches on what people are actually seeking, and across cultures, across religions, across countries, nationalities, there's this finding that people seek power, peace, love, happiness, joy. This is all everybody is seeking. Through everything, we are seeking that. And that's why whatever is on the outside becomes a source of my inner state, or becomes the foundation of my inner state, because I program myself in such a way that I think that this person or this body or this, so let's say, let's take a very simple example. You travel with the body. Okay, you don't travel, you the soul don't travel, you travel with the body. Okay, let's say you're very fond of holidays. And then there is this situation where you can't travel. Either there is a travel restriction or there is something in the body that stops you from traveling. So you are going through a physical condition, an illness, something that is stopping you from travel. So basically, it becomes a problem for you because now that condition has come between you and your happiness. And that's why you feel sorrowful about that condition. And when you, the soul, feels sorrowful about that condition, then the condition gets worse because you are sending the low energy to that condition also. So basically, why people or the state of physical health or the state of mental health or anything in the world is able to affect us because we have programmed ourselves to believe that that is the foundation of my joy, happiness, peace, or my feeling that I'm loved, or power. And that's why everything on the external has started affecting me. But if you look closely and you try to learn from your experience, you will figure out that nothing on the outside is able to give you sustainedly what you think it should give you or what you expect of it. And these days, when you look at the world condition, people will tell you that possessions and people and relationships, they are the major contributors to stress. So why people are stressed, the major cause of stress is relationships. So when we thought that these relationships will give us what we need, then these relationships got the power to make us miserable also. And now Baba says, you must become soul conscious. And what is soul consciousness? When you understand that you are a point of light and Baba is the ocean of light, and peace, purity, love, happiness, bliss, power, everything is light. And you can just sit with Baba and draw that light into yourself. And when you sit in silence and draw the light of Baba into you, on the basis of this confluence sage journey where you're getting the knowledge and the love and the sustenance in the form of Murli and this relationship with Baba, then you understand that you can be with everything and everyone and they may cease to exist to be the source of your inner light for you. And this is what Baba is asking us to do. And Baba says that when you're body conscious, then that body consciousness makes you do sinful actions. It makes you do vikarm because you become desperate. Yes, you become desperate for peace, love, happiness, and then you try to get it the wrong way. And then you are trying to, so you think that, an experience of joy will be experienced when there is lustful activity or there is extra food or such stuff, and then all of that drains you further. So you think that the body or the relationships, they will be able to give you an experience of peace and happiness and love. And you see, about this love. There are so many children who call on this to the center, and they share their stories, and they say that they seek love in a relationship, and then there is no love, there is no reciprocity, and then in that desperation they have started creating thoughts and speaking words and behaving in manners, quarreling, fighting. There's a lot of stuff going on. And because of that, now they are in a point where they feel depressed. So you see how much of sin we commit, because one law we need to understand is you cannot feel sorrowful if you have not committed a sin. You cannot feel sorrowful if you have not committed a sin. Just understand this. This is the law of nature. And when I am miserable, it is not because of what happened, it's because of how I responded to that situation. And when I'm body conscious and I am moving with expectation, and I'm moving with this programming that love and peace and happiness has to be sought from outside, and then they are not giving me what I think they should, then I start creating thoughts, I start engaging in words and behaviors that are very, very desperate. And then that is the sin I create, and that sin takes away my happiness. So, sorrow is not a product of what is done to you, it's a product of how you responded to what was done to you. And in body consciousness, you will inevitably respond in a manner that will take away your happiness. So, Baba says that now understand that if you need something, all you have to do is sit in silence, connect with Baba, and draw in the love of Baba. You must know that Baba is the ocean of happiness, Baba is the ocean of love, and you are a child of Baba, a point of light with the capacity to draw that light of love, light of happiness into yourself so much that it fills your heart. You have the capacity to draw the light, draw the might, and you can only do it in silence. So if you want something, you sit in silence and do that to yourself. You don't have to keep running after people, places, and things, and getting disappointed and creating thoughts and engaging in behaviors that will be called as sinful action, and then that takes away your happiness. But for all of that, the main thing that you have to register within yourself is you are a soul. You are a soul, and your parent is Baba. And a soul has this capacity to connect with the parent and draw in the light and might. Never forget this. So, you see, in body consciousness, there are so many things that we remember naturally. So, you see that I have heard phrases like, I'm a Marwadi, don't I know how to earn money? So, people are so in body consciousness, you are so aware of your capacities. Or somebody would say, I'm a 25-year-old male, I can obviously beat up people. So I have the strength. So body consciousness makes us, or I am the child of an engineer, or so I can, I also understand some of the engineering. Or there are so many other things, based on your religion or your caste or your age or your gender or your professional or educational qualifications, you you think that certain capacities come naturally to you, don't you? So you think that this capacity comes naturally to me because I belong to this caste or this community or this religion, or I'm a male or a female. And I have seen, there was this one lady, and she said that, Didi, I worry a lot, but I'm a woman, and how can I not worry? I'm a woman and women worry. And she kept saying that. And I tried to convince her that even if you're a woman, you can stop worrying. But then she said, no, women can't stop worrying. Women worry. So women worry, and then I'm a woman, so how can I not worry? And then there was this brother who came, and um, he said, I have an anger issue. And then I told him, you just think of yourself as a peaceful soul. And he said, no, no, I'm a Punjabi, we have hot blood and I can't stay peaceful. So I said, no, no, you are not a Punjabi, you are a soul, and a soul is cool, not hot, no hot blood. Soul doesn't have blood, no hot blood in you. So so then it required quite some convincing over many years to, dissociate that consciousness of the body which you're carrying within. So there are so many things, and even if you are elder in the family, then you always receive the message, you are the elder one, you are the responsible one, and then you start feeling responsible. So there are so many things that come in package with body consciousness. And here Baba says that if you train yourself to be soul conscious, so the thing is, you are anyways a soul, but you are not in the consciousness of the soul. So it's not like you are a body and you're trying to be a soul. No, you are a soul anyway. And then you have a body, but you've become so body conscious that the capacities that are there with you as a soul are not activating themselves. You're not able to take the benefit of your abilities as a soul. And then when you're soul conscious, you know that a soul has the natural ability to connect with the source, Baba. I'm Baba's child. I can just connect with Baba whenever and for however long I want. And Baba gives me everything. Baba is the ocean of knowledge, peace, love, purity, bliss, everything I need. Is the ocean of power. And I just need to connect to recharge. And when I am soul conscious, then I understand that I can operate in this world without expectation, without wanting anything, seeking anything. And I can just be a giver, a devata in this very world. Because the source of everything is with me. He's filling me with all I need. So Baba says, and then you don't perform sinful action, because where there is no expectation, there is no sinful action. So you work, but without expectation. You deal with people, you are in relationships, but without expectation. You take care of the body without expectation. So even if the body fails you, you don't mind. So you don't say, I took so much care of this body and now it has failed me. And I will tell you one thing, there was this brother and he got cancer, and he used to exercise and he used to really take care of his health, right food, right everything. and then he got cancer, and he died very soon out of that cancer. And then um, I figured out that the cause of his death wasn't cancer, but the shock that after taking such good care of his body, how could he have cancer? And everybody who met him just kept telling him, how could you? How could you? How is that possible with you? You took care of the body so much, and you were so punctual to the gym and this and that. And then that shock was unbearable. So, you expect so much from the body, and then when the body doesn't behave as you want, you start feeling disappointed, you start taking sorrow. There is some illness that comes up, all of a sudden you feel disappointed, you feel upset, you feel sorrowful, because there is expectation from the body. And why is there expectation? Because wherever you are investing your time, thought, and energy, an expectation is created if you're doing it in a body conscious manner. So when you're soul conscious and you're full inside, then you can engage with people, you can engage with the body, you can engage with things, you can do your work, you can invest your time, thought, and energy without expectation, without generating an expectation. And then you will not fall into the clutches of Maya's game of first creating expectation and then creating sorrow. So Baba says, just be soul conscious. And then Baba today says that during the day, if you want to practice being soul conscious, so that won't be possible, because during the day you will be performing roles and carrying out responsibilities, and then there'll be different forms of body consciousness. So you can apply soul consciousness during the day, but that's not the time to practice. So, you are in a meeting, and then you just want to detach and sit and be soul conscious. That won't be possible, right? So Baba says, win over your sleep. And when everybody is sleeping, at that time you get up and practice being soul conscious. And do you know that anybody who practices anything has to put in extra effort? So practice always requires extra effort. You look at these children who play sports, they practice apart from their school hours and their tuitions and everything, and then they invest that time and energy to develop some skill in them. So every practice requires extra effort, extra time. And this is a practice. This soul consciousness is a practice. So obviously you have to devote certain time to it, and that time has to be some extra time. And Baba says, just when everybody is sleeping, so early morning, 3, 3:30, 4, whatever, you have to get up and practice being soul conscious. And if you want to be soul conscious, you have to be practicing it. And if you don't want to create further sin, because you see, the scenes of the drama will become very forceful, and they are getting forceful every day. And then circumstances and behaviors, when they are unfavorable, they will push you to create more sin. And the thing is, if you create more sin, it doesn't solve the problem, it intensifies the problem. So, there is this brother who made a mistake. Okay, so when he made a mistake, I sat with him and I questioned why that mistake was made. And he said that I am not able to deal with my mind. I'm not able to deal with loneliness. I'm not able to deal with the present times. I'm not able to deal with lack of opportunities. And then I made a mistake. And then I said, okay, and that mistake has landed you in a situation where you have to deal with more and worse. Yes, so now you have to deal with the consequences of this mistake also. So if you keep performing mistakes, sins because you are in a difficult situation, the situation gets more difficult. It doesn't get easy. And you look at how people are in the world, they are pushing themselves to worse limits through their own actions, the way you are thinking inside of yourself, the way you are using words, the way you're behaving, the way you are responding is creating further unfavorable environments and relationships. So if you are stuck with somebody, you are stuck in a relationship, and then you can't get out of it, and then you use bitter words, the relationship gets worse, and then you're still under the same roof and you have to deal with worse. So creating more sinful action, and the worst kind of sinful action is that which you're creating in the privacy of your mind. So if you're creating, or if you have financial trouble and then you steal, what happens? Then you still have financial trouble and you are in jail also. So what is the point? Is it solving the problem? So Baba says that when you're body conscious, you are intensifying your own problems by the way you are responding to it. And when you're soul conscious, you know that everything on the outside is because of the lack of strength inside, and then you take these moments of silence. And Baba has told categorically that you get up early in the morning. You get up, Baba uses the word night today. So just get up at night and practice being soul conscious, because it is not easy. It's not just I want to be soul conscious and I will be soul conscious. No, you have to practice. And the only time to practice is getting up in the night. So do that for yourself. And we have to take this step if I want to develop the powers and the skills and the virtues that I need, so that I don't get caught up in a situation or behavior. So this is something that Baba is telling. And then Baba is also telling today, never miss the Murli. You see, every Murli is giving something new and very important. And if you miss one day Murli, you are missing those points. And maybe that point won't be repeated for some time, which may be very long. So don't miss a single Murli and imbibe the Murli. So everyday teaching, you need to imbibe and become an embodiment of it. And there also soul consciousness is very important, because when you're caught up in people, places and things, then you don't have the strength to imbibe the Murli. And then today Baba talks about, Baba says that the customs and systems of all religions are different, and their teachings are also different. So there are many religions in the world, And today, Baba has talked a lot about Sikhism. And so there are many words that are mentioned in Sikhism which correspond to the truth also. So God is called Akal Murat, Nirbhay, Nirvair, Ayuni. So these are words which are mentioned in Sikhism, and then there is also mentioned that the golden age is truth, and then it's going to be truth also, and then there are the words like God comes and washes dirty clothes. And Baba says all of these things are there in Sikhism, and there is a lot of, there is, if you take bits and pieces, then there are some parts in every religion which correspond to the truth. Yes, and then Baba says that every religion also have their own customs, and their teachings are also different. So from what I understood in today's Murli, Baba says that in Sikhism there is no practice of purity. It's a family path, and you pray, but you don't leave the home, or you don't have to be, you can be a family person and still you can engage in lust, and you can have children and all of that, and then you can also be practicing Sikhism very well. So Baba says that is the teaching of Sikhism, and every custom and system and teaching of every religion is different. So, and then Baba also talks about the a circle that the Akalis wear on their forehead, on their heads, and then he talks about the kangan, so that they wear, and then he says that these are symbols of purity, but then they didn't interpret it that way, so they didn't practice purity. Yes, so that's something Baba says. And then Baba also talks about sannyas marg, and then Baba says there they practice purity, but then they don't teach purity. So in sannyas marg, they practice purity, but they practice purity by leaving their homes. So they think that you can't be in a home, and you can't be in a family, and then you can't be asked to be celibate. So you leave the home, go to the jungle and be celibate. But then if a householder comes to them, they won't say you be celibate, because that's not their teaching, and they will say that okay, you can be impure and you can engage in lust, and still we will give you the knowledge. But Baba says that's not how it works, because if that's how it worked, then why did they leave the home? So they could have practiced the same at home. So what is important today, what Baba is mentioning is, I will read it out to you and then we will discuss something. Baba today says, it isn't that Buddha and Christ were purifiers. No. There are many gurus in the world who teach and educate you, but the bestower of salvation for all, the purifier, is only one. I alone come to purify everyone and take you all back with me. Together with the ocean of knowledge, there are you Ganges of knowledge who are also his helpers. So Baba says, and then there is another thing that Baba says. Baba says that, yes, all souls that come from up above at that time are Sato Pradhan, but no one else can make impure ones pure. So Baba today makes a distinction between pure souls and purifier. So Baba says there are many souls in the world who establish religions, who have purity in them. So they stay pure and they give teachings and they give some education. But there is no one who can make another one pure. And because they are themselves pure, they have some, they receive some light of knowledge and they give that light of knowledge also. But then no soul, no dharmatma has the power to make others pure. And that's why Baba has to come at the end, because Baba is the ocean of knowledge and the purifier. And this Murli is particularly important because there was this question that one Kanya asked me some days back, and she said that she follows some guru, and then she said that, Didi, I listen to Murli and then I listen to this guru also sometimes and I read his books. And then she said that, many a times there are many things that the guru also says which is very consonant with what Baba says. And then there is also this thing that, so then what is the difference between the guru and Baba? And then I told her, give me two answers. One thing, that did the guru only explain the problem very well, or did he give you the solution also? So, when we talk about knowledge, there are many souls, many scriptures, gurus who will tell you that ego is the problem, or Buddha said the root cause of sorrow is expectation. But nobody can teach you how to be soul conscious or burn your sins and be pure so that you can stop yourself from further sinful action. So that's why Baba is called the ocean of knowledge. Being a giver of teachings and being an ocean of knowledge are two different things. So there are teachings which many can give, but ocean of knowledge who has the capacity to bring about the shift, give you the whole solution and give you the power and the strength to imbibe that solution also, is Baba. And then there is another thing which is purifier. And the second question I asked that girl is, has the Guru created anybody like himself? And here Baba creates so many like himself. And only the purifier can make pure. So, and Baba changes those who look like they have no hope for change. And he purifies them into the purest, and not only purifies them, but makes them agents to purify others. Baba says, you also become like Ganges to purify others. So this is why Baba today in the Murli says, no one else is the ocean of knowledge, no one else is the purifier, only I am. There are pure souls, there are souls who give teachings, but Baba is the ocean of knowledge and the purifier. And nobody can give you the understanding or the strength to be pure and realize your capacity for purity wherever you are. Nobody can tell you you don't have to leave anything and you can still be pure, completely pure. And this is only Baba who gives us the realization and the strength to be that. Okay, Om Shanti. Let's offer bhog to Baba, and there are children, Baba's children, who offer bhog every Thursday to Baba. And there are some souls who have offered bhog because they have a birthday, or there is an occasion in the family, or some are also, offering bhog so that they stay protected in the situation that's coming up. And there are various reasons for which various souls have offered bhog. So I will take all their remembrances and we will all go together to the subtle world and offer bhog to Baba. So have patience for 2 minutes. I'll take you to the other room.